Hi gents, sorry about the shadow that you're seeing on the board. It's just this is the place with the best lighting at my house, and the light unfortunately comes straight from the top, so that is why there's shadow of the projectors on my board. Okay, so what we are looking at here is a isometric drawing. This is the new topic that we are starting with. I'm not sure of the page number. I don't have the same book as you, but on my book, the old book, it is page 47. Okay, so the first thing, a little bit of theory about this topic. When we look at these drawings, we are looking at a horizontal axis that I just drew in there for you guys, and then the drawing will be placed on 30-degree angles to both sides. This is a rule, so if you would look at what I wrote there, it is two 30-degree angles. I see the focus is a little bit off there, I'm not sure. Okay, so my pencil is very light. Okay, so there's a 30 and a 30, okay, that you can see there. So when we look at the question that they ask us, they say, the given figure shows an isometric view of a simple object. Copy the object onto the isometric grid. Okay, so now they've given us grid. We do not yet have to use set squares for this, but I am going to use a set square. So each one of these little blocks will be a block on my isometric grid. So if you had to go and count, you'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in total. So 2, 4, 6. This is where the end of my drawing is going to be, right there at the 6th block. Okay, but now I have to look. I have a line of 2 blocks, a gap of 2 blocks, and a line of 2 blocks. So that is what I will be starting off with. Okay, like that to the one side. Okay, so all lines that is on a 30-degree angle to both sides, which will be your width and your depth, are called isometric lines. All lines that are straight up or on no specific angle that we can see on here is called non-isometric lines. Okay, so we can just refer to them as isometric and non-isometric lines. Now here again I'm going to count my blocks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So 2, 4, 6. There's the end of my drawing. So if I look at this, see how I set this is adjustable set square. I set it on 60, meaning that my largest side is on a 60-degree angle, but my shorter side is on a 30-degree angle. And it will be the same with your set squares. You will just rotate your 30-60-degree set square so that you now have a 30-degree angle on this side. Please note that when I look at this, the 30-degree angle is the smaller angle of the two. Okay, so on a 30-degree angle, I will then draw in a solid line. Okay, now I want to give it height, so that is now on a 90 or a 0-degree angle, as you can see here on my adjustable set square, and that goes 2 blocks up. So 1 block, 2 blocks up, I draw my line. Then I want to complete these little cubes that I see here in the front. So this one and that one. Okay, so again 2 blocks from the edge here, 2 blocks up, and from here 2 blocks and 2 blocks. I like to stay on the angle that I'm busy with currently, and then I'll move on to the angle that I have next. Okay, so then before I change my set square, see now here it's on a 30. I completed my height lines as I was saying. Sorry about the interruption there. Okay, so now on my 30-degree angle here, I'm going to close off and close off these here. So can you see now here and here these two blocks are representing these two blocks. So now I'm going to finish this face here. So there, I'm going to build my steps up. So for my steps here, I'm going 2 blocks to the side. So 1, 2 blocks to the side. Draw them in. Ooh, that's a skew line there. Okay, so 2 blocks to the side, and then now it's going to take a little bit of moving your set square the whole time, since you're going from a 30 to a 90 to a 30 to a 90. Okay, so now here 2 blocks up again, 2 blocks up, when you're working, please try and work accurately. And again 2 blocks to the side. And by working accurately, I mean that when you draw lines, your corners are supposed to meet. Okay? They are not supposed to go past one another. They're not supposed to not touch one another. They must meet up when you are drawing. And then I'm going to draw this last line here, just connecting that view. Okay, so now I'm completed this view. I'm basically started off with this view. I now want to complete my steps going up here, and it has a little gap in the middle that I can see there. So I am now going to work on a 30-degree angle to this side here. So that's now 30 to this side. So 30, skipping my gap, 30, closing these little blocks. Now I'm taking my 30 to the opposite angle. So we had 30 now to my right hand side. Now I have 30 that's lying to my left hand side. Okay, so I just want to reset this. Again, so for now, this is very easy for you to follow because you have the grid. Okay, as soon as we stop drawing on the grid, which is for the next drawing, you will see that it gets a little bit more complicating. Okay, so now I'm giving it my height, which I can see there. So height lines. And then again doing my closing my blocks here. Okay. And now this is basically the last step before we go straight to the top where the gap will be. So this is the last step where the gap will be. And when you are working, gents, I've seen a lot of you are not using your board's ruler to support your set squares so that you are 100% certain that your lines are straight. With the adjustable set square, it slides on this little groove that you have here. But with your other set squares, just rest your set square against your board's ruler, and that will make sure that when you are drawing a 90-degree line or a 30-degree line or a 45-degree line, that your lines are going straight. Even with a 0 degree, use your board's ruler to do projections straight across your page, because that will help you at the end of the day to achieve straight lines. Whereas if you're just free-handed and you're not using your equipment correctly, you are not actually drawing these drawings correctly. Okay, so here you can see basically this block is inside there. We can see the face So if I talk about a face, it's like the flat side of the block. So we can see that face of the block. So I'm going to draw it up until it meets there. And then I'm going to close it off here at the bottom. Okay. I'll close it off, and then I'm going here to finish this face. Okay, so I made a mistake here actually. These lines are not supposed to be here. I only realize it now. And when you are erasing, you shouldn't draw so hard that when you erase, I actually can still see the lines. Okay, so it can be like that. It will just then count as construction, but please try and draw in such a manner that when you erase, you can actually erase the full line. That is why you should actually first draw in construction and then only go onto drawing solid lines after you know that this is exactly what you have to draw. Okay, so there is your finished drawing. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the actual drawing. Okay. That just makes it dark. Okay. So there we go. Okay, we are going to do the next one as well. Okay. Just doing this one as well, and we always start at the starting point. I did not mention that with the previous drawing. So there it starts with B. We're starting with B. You will also complete drawing number C for me on your own. Okay, counting my blocks: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, 2, 4, 6. There's my end. Close it off. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so that's the basis that I start with. Every single drawing you will start like this with construction lines, 30 degrees, 30 degrees, and that will be your basis of your drawing. Okay, so now we're going 2 blocks up. 2 blocks up, and then I just want to complete this shape, and then I'm going to do an L shape there. So to my left, I just have a rectangle shape there. Okay, so that side is completed, and now I'm going to go and I'm going to just get this L shape that I have there. So if I look at that L shape that I'm seeing there, I can see that there's 2 blocks left at the end, so that just leaves me with 4 blocks that I'm going to draw this inwards here, and then I'm going to take it to my 6 blocks up. Okay, and how do I know where to stop my line? I just click on the 30-degree line where they meet. Okay, so that's how I know where to stop my line. Okay, and then going into the drawing. So I said it goes in 6. I know that because I already counted here. And these 2 sides meet, so if that is 6, that will also be 6 if they meet there at the end. Okay. Okay, now with this we basically have our shape of our drawing here. I see it's very light here. I just want to see if I can make this one a little bit darker so you can see it more prominently. Sorry guys, the light is very poor here at my house. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Okay, so now we have this, basically the shape that I'm seeing here. I now need to see how I'm going to get this rib. Remember, anything that supports two sides sorry and keeps them together is either called a rib or a web. This is a rib since it's in the middle. Okay, webs would be more here to the side. Okay, you should have done that in mechanical drawings. Okay, so this rib is straight in the middle, so 2 blocks on each side, 2 blocks in the middle, open. So I'm just going to mark for myself, goes there and there. So see, there's 2 blocks open, 2 blocks in the side, and I'm going to do the same here at the bottom, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, and then this is not on any particular angle, so you can just take your set square, and now because this is not on a particular angle, you can literally just go and combine these two together like that. Okay, and then that gives you exactly where it is supposed to be. Now this actually exactly meets up here. So why I did this first is I needed to see if maybe a part of this square is going to get hidden behind this rib, but it does not. It actually literally like meets up on the edge of the rib. Okay, so that is what I was doing there, just so that you know why I did that. And then I'm just going to close it off there, and then for my rib I see where does it end, where this line comes, that's where it's going to end. So right down here, so 0 degrees or 90 degrees, whichever you want to call it, straight down on my 30-degree angle, close my rib, and then I must not forget that little line there on my 30-degree angle. Okay, so gents, this is the drawing completed. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can get a clear view of how the drawing is supposed to look like, and you can see that it looks exactly like this drawing that is shown at the top. Okay, I do want you guys to please complete also the last one, which looks like this. Same principle for your rib as we applied here. It's actually almost exactly the same drawing. The only thing that's different between these two drawings is where you find your rib now here. This corner, which is actually that corner, just gets connected to point B, which is here now point C, and from the corner there, which is that corner, this line just gets taken straight down. Okay, you see it gets taken straight down, and it just connects that, and that gives you that flat face or this slanted slope that you're actually seeing there. Okay, so follow the same principle as we did with drawing B, and you will just, instead of drawing this in a full L shape, you will just connect your rib right like that to there, draw this line down, and this will stay in construction. Okay, so you won't draw everything solid. Please draw everything in construction first, and then once you are happy with what you have done, you can go and you can make your drawing solid.